Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Against the Storm, Keepers of the Stone, where today we're just headed toward this seal as quickly as we can get there. Unfortunately, we are not quite close enough. We're going to have to make one more little intermediary stop here. Intermediate stop. Ton. Nope, intermediate stopping is the character limit, so that's what this town's getting called. Okay, how do we want to start off here? We get 9 people in total. There are some benefits to having a single faction be your whole population, or you know, just the majority of your population. Obviously, it becomes very easy to get the housing resolve bonus on your full squad, which is pretty cool. But it's really hard to turn down both more people and a start that has some beavers in it. Yeah, I think we gotta go this way at the risk of being a little bit boring, and then like take some extra population and some stone. This start actually has a lot of food in it. Although jerky, again, it's kind of weird because jerky is not actually high value food for these two. This run does start with a little bit of amber. You know what? All right, let's change it up a little bit. Let's run these lizards. I do like lizards a lot. A little bit of extra oil will probably give us an easy answer to an early like dangerous glade problem. Right? Just burn it down. And we have lots of food here and stuff. We're bringing extra population. Yeah, let's do it like that. And I think I'm going to leave the difficulty where it is until we clear the first seal, and then we'll turn on the rain punk mechanics, and those definitely add a layer of difficulty and complexity. So, vegetation here. Each type of tree provides distinct bonus resources. That's cool. Villagers have a higher chance of producing double yields for each hostility level. The terror of the forest is motivating. Gain 2 amber every time you sell goods worth 10 amber. That's pretty rad. All resource nodes discovered during drizzle have extra charges. Okay. And then none of the negative mysteries even fire until we're at least at activity or hostility 3. Okay, so producing metal during the storm at hostility 3 is less efficient. This is just a warlock class icon from World of Warcraft, isn't it? The purple hand. I could swear it's been a while since I played, but villagers will sometimes consume twice the amount of goods when using services. I mean, yeah, these are not big deals. Downpour seems like it could be a little bit of a problem with all the extra food consumption, but we'd have to get to hostility 5. You know, we're planning to be done with the region before we hit hostility 5. Okay, so we started with some fertile ground, which means pulling a plantation, or pulling like a plantation or any kind of farm really right away seems highly valuable. And I don't hate plantation as a source of plant fiber, which means we can produce fabric both early and infinitely. I think we're just going to go ahead and grab that. Berries is good, obviously. What are the big overlap concerns here? Pie. It's pretty much just pie. Okay, that's a little awkward. So none of this gets us there directly. But the weaver has that high value fabric recipe. You go through a lot of planks in a settlement. None of this is super exciting though. I think I'm actually going to just use our free reroll right away. And we get Tavern and Clan Hall available immediately. Plus the bakery, which I do think is a very strong building generally. And obviously capable of producing the pie that we so desperately need. Yeah, we're going to take the bakery. And then probably the rain mill, because bakeries do require flour, right? Although we don't really have a source of grain. I guess, yeah, maybe pie is not actually a thing that we're going to be super good at. Well, whatever. I'm gonna open up the possibility and we're gonna see. Yeah, we might be able to like wrangle some flour and stuff from somewhere. All right, so first things first. Okay, there's a couple of different. We can get all of our farm fields in position from a couple of different positions here. That'll do. That's probably not actually a high priority construction, though. Obviously, what really matters most of all immediately is a woodcutter's camp, and we're going to just drop this right here. So, the game wants us to read about trade routes. We've unlocked the trade route ability. So, once we've set up a trading post in our settlement, in addition to a trader coming by with goods for us every so often, we're going to be allowed to run trade routes back to our previous, the other settlements that we've set up. Doing so is going to require, they'll ask for a variety of things, but we are always going to need packs of provisions for the trading people, the people actually running the trade route to go out and do that. And we'll get back some amber. So we've got a source of additional amber and stuff here. And we are probably going to take advantage of it, eventually. All right, let's build some basic paths, and we have 9 people. Oh, that's right. We have human housing immediately. Well, let's not worry about that right now because we can't afford to. We might try to put some human housing down immediately. Or as soon as we reasonably can. All right, let's get some bodies on wood cutting. So somebody's got to turn these fertile areas into proper farm fields. Okay, and I think it only takes 8 people being housed nearby to allow us to upgrade. Yeah, so we can put in a decoration right now. Just like throw down a little park right here. Okay, easy. 3 free plant fiber per minute. Porridge production increases based on the amount of drizzle water. Wow, that's not a very good increase for a very large amount of water. I think we're definitely taking the fiber delivery line. I guess we're just going to have infinite plant fiber. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. That all seems fine. Should take our initial orders here. Complete trade routes with a multiplier, or just complete any 3 trade routes. So this one will give us a bonus to plank production, and this early on, that is definitely a big deal. But I think overall the rewards from Businessman are just way better. Deliver 35 wood versus deliver 15 eggs. We have a bunch of eggs right now. More efficient pie production, some flour to work with, and yeah, we'll just hit this right this second, I think. Okay, we got harpies. And open 2 glades. Rebuild or salvage 1 destroyed building, or do some trading. I'm inclined to think I like this one better. I'm not so excited about the bonus to clay and stone production. Also, it's very hard to know if we'll be able to do this. We do not always run into ruins that have destroyed buildings in them. So I think I'm comfortable starting there. We are going to want to build an extra shelter now, because that puts us up above 9 people. And I probably want to set up more gathering buildings now that we have more folks for them. So let's get a forager's camp going for these veggies. Does it fit in here? Did I leave enough room? I did not. That's fine. Also, we do get a blueprint. Hold on, we got new overlaps now. Okay, so jerky's interesting. So on there we have a very efficient jerky producer. And a way of making incense. We have like no service overlaps at all. I guess coats. Oh, coats and boots actually. Boots and coats and boots and coats. Yeah, we'll take a smokehouse for now. The ability to make jerky efficiently, I think, is going to be really good for us. It's a resolve booster for both of the factions that have the very low resolve, the very low blue bar on their resolve. And then, like, do I want to run a second woodcutters camp? I think probably. We need a lot of wood in the early game. This is the thing that matters most. Get this done, everything else will follow. So we got some coal over here. We got some reed fields, which is like pretty whatever. Trout pond, which gives scales and sea marrow, but not edible fish, unfortunately. And then we know that early on we're going to need a workstation. Unfortunately, earlier than I might like. All right. That should accelerate the rate of wood income pretty significantly. And we're ready to barge into two different dangerous glades, like very, very thin walls. So that's interesting. Should we just hit that now? We have 3 minutes until the storm. Maybe I want to wait until after the first storm, just in case we pull an event that's like really rough. But like, then again, if we open this up late in the year, like close to storm season, we won't need to actually get it done. We won't need to actually take care of the event until after the storm. And that way we'll have some time to plan. Plus, if we can get a corner that's like really far away from our from the rest of the village, then that's a good place to put down our trading posts and stuff. Here, we'll just make road out to here. And I'm not actually going to put anybody to work in the crude workstation just yet. Now, we do have a little bit of stone available, right? Yeah, we should probably start gathering that, actually. Because we're going to need something to make bricks out of. Alright, before I go making any other decisions, let's see what we got over here. Large worm tongue nest. Very cool. Large fishing stuff. Chance to catch edible fish at least. And of course, a rain spirit totem, which is a classic. We're familiar with these. Yeah, so it seems to have affected the weather, making it rain heavier. Villagers move 30% slower, and all of your roads get destroyed if you don't deal with it. Like I said, the extra starting oil means we have a burn it down available very easily, but if we can convert it, it is valuable. Hostility will be increased, but only like temporarily. And this is also something we can use the oil for. Yeah, let's convert it. So it's going to be 4 minutes. It's probably okay. Like if I put 2 people on it so we get it done pretty quickly. Let's get on it, see what people's resolve looks like during the winter. We may end up wanting to change our minds on that. I'm just going to mark all of this stuff so that they have priorities so that they're not cutting through over here. In fact, I might move the thing to be closer to those trees and further away from these ones because we're not ready for that just yet. All right, I like getting access to a couple of large deposits really early on. Wow, why is everybody's resolve so completely bombed out? Is the hostility that bad? So this hostility is giving us -4, which means both of these factions would be negative even without it, which seems very strange to me. Everybody's housed. We do already have our hearth leveled up. We have a lizard working the sacred pyre. Yeah, no, that's extremely weird to me. That we're that negative. Well, the first storm's usually pretty short. I'm gonna try to do the favor dance here. Oh, that's right. Favoring them doesn't even help because they're so negative. Oh my god. Well, I think we're just losing people, is what it is. So you can see now that they're negative, there's this red bar decreasing around the edge of their portrait. When that runs out, one of them will leave the city, and since it's our only harpy, we simply will no longer have harpies, and that's not ideal. This I feel could get tucked away, like... Yeah, here is fine. We can put the fishing village somewhere else nearby. But yeah, there's nothing for it. I guess there's no reason really to favor you then. Don't know why I clicked in the first place. Wasn't really thinking. Yeah, we are going to lose our one harpy. That's annoying. And we would have done so even without the hostility bonus. They're very skittish folks. All right, hostility is reduced by 15 points every time you sell goods worth 30 amber, but complex food grants 1 less resolve or more stuff in nodes. Huh. I do like a way of dragging hostility down, but obviously, like, 30 amber is a lot. That's not a trivial amount of goods. I don't think either of these is very good, frankly. I guess I'm going to take this one. Oh yeah, newcomers. Absolutely newcomers. Really? Okay. No new harpies. Well, at least we don't have to build any more housing. Let's wait for this to be finished before we pull people onto other tasks. Okay. So, with the trading post up, yeah, we got incoming. We also have our trade routes button up here. So you can see the goods that people want, plus the number of packs that it's going to take to run the traders out there. You can turn up the intensity of the task for greater reward if you're willing to deliver more than was asked of you. We'll see. We'll see what we can do about some of these. Okay, and this thing's up, so there goes a bunch of hostility. I think it was worth it. I think it was worth getting it done, but yeah, it didn't turn out ideally. Alright, Zorg, we probably don't have any ability to make a deal with you. We're pretty poor right now. All you really have is, like, food. And we are not doing the greatest on food, I'll say that. Should be gathering vegetables, that would probably help. But yeah, we're gonna just ignore Zorg here. Ah, right, except if we sold 12 amber worth of goods, we would get some payout. Well, we can have a look at it in a second here. Alright, deliver 20 grain and keep human resolve high to get some pie and some extra humans and some raincoats. 2 bricks for every 10 pottery produced is pretty weird. Deliver 30 ale specifically. Yeah, I think we're going to take happy humans here. As much as I don't necessarily love that. And then do an empathy decision to make a chest of ancient tablets or some tools happen. Or build 6 harpy houses and make jerky to make your harpies happier and more numerous. We're going to leave this one unselected yet. My guess is we're probably going to accomplish it via restoration. But, you know, it does depend a little bit on such a thing coming up. We may not be able to do that. So we do have a lot of plant fiber. I suppose we could sell off some plant fiber. That's kind of the only thing we have that he wants. Why? We have amber. What if I sold you? This is going to seem strange. I'll sell you some amber. I have to be very careful selling food, but I do just need a little push. What if I sold you this much amber for 12 amber? Sorry, not 12 amber. What am I thinking? 9 amber. 9 amber and something? Or do we want to put in something else and get it? Yeah, let's put in 9 amber because I want to have enough to actually, we have to deliver 7 amber here, right? And then just like a little bit of food, I guess. And all of your food is the same price, so it does not matter what it is. Alright, there we go. Get some tools, get some people. Human housing requires planks and bricks. Alright, so don't be afraid to use stone. I mean, you can kind of use whatever, but it's kind of mostly be that stuff. And right now, let's not store more than 4 planks at a time. I'm going to keep these limits pretty low. I guess I should put some kind of low limit on this stuff too. I just don't want them burning too much in terms of our raw resources. Okay. One thing I was really hoping to see here would have been the Trapper's Hut. Try to make up the money for that. Try to get the ability to harvest that large node. I think I'm even going to reroll for it because it would be really powerful to get. We do not get there. I think I'm going to take the Harpy House. I don't know that any of the rest of this is particularly valuable to us. But yeah, once we can gather from this node, I'm going to feel a lot better. We just need to keep advancing our reputation for the moment. Which is going to be, is going to be difficult to do. Alright. Try to get this plantation actually up now that we have plank production going. That'll certainly help with the food situation. Yeah, no, the food situation is like actually like very, very dire. We did not spawn with access to a lot of food. I think our default fishing hut does not, yeah, they won't access this pond. They just didn't give us sources of food. Apparently we punched through over to here at some point. I'm not even worried about this obelisk at the moment. You can make an offering and turn it into a hostility decrease, a 10-point hostility decrease. Probably not the move. Or we could tear it down and get ourselves a large amount of combustible stuff and also some pottery, which is, I think, better. Go handle that. Next trader's not for like 9 minutes. See, I'm getting a little worried. Do I have a human working? Nope, almost everything's lizards. It's just... we just don't have enough humans for all of the jobs that humans are good at in our town. I might cut one person from this to ensure that we're at least fully staffed at the farm. So we gotta get some crops going. You guys are about to push me through into this glade. You know what? Maybe that's exactly what we need. We need to find some more food nodes. We need something. We need a little push toward survivability. And we need a human house. That'll take care of our housing issues, which is a thing we probably ought to do right before the rain starts. Alright, what do we got over here? We got a small destroyed caravan. And a large encampment of folks. Hey, that's pretty rad. And a brickyard, which we will probably try to repair. A destroyed caravan was found in the newly discovered glade. There are drag marks leading deeper into the forest. What could have caused such mayhem? So neither trading nor trade routes are available if we don't deal with it in 13 minutes, and also, you know, impatience or whatever. If we send it back to the Citadel, which is not cheap to do, we get some reputation. If we simply loot it, we'll take -4 global resolve just during the looting period. And we'll get some specialty foods that are not amazing for us, but, you know, at least one. Yeah, we have somebody who likes porridge. We have somebody who likes skewers. The sacks of flour will not, in the longer term, go to waste. We don't have 8 amber. This might be a loot. This might be a loot just because we have to resolve it somehow. We don't have amber. We don't have the ability to produce provision packs. What we do have is large vegetable patches. Also fertile soil. Unfortunately, this feels to me like it's going to be a little bit late to be relevant. Like, if we lay down a little bit of road here. Actually, how do I want to do this? It probably is road running like right next to the housing. It keeps deselecting my thing. and then turning out that way. I guess we're not like desperate for a road right now. We're gonna move this probably to over here. This small herbalist camp can be brought in a little bit, I guess. Yeah, we need to get the design for the large herbalist camp as quickly as possible. So we'll run it like that for right now. Alright, get that housing up. Okay, basically everybody's got shelter during the storm. Hooray! Alright, should be pretty easy to ride things out. We could even just start working the loot thing now, except that, yeah, we don't have any hands. We need newcomers, badly. Still didn't generate another, like, we have the farm, I guess, but it is not ideal as far as more ways to get food, you know? Alright, show me something that produces food. Well, you know, it reduces hostility. That is worthwhile. I do think that one's pretty good. Alright, newcomers. I was gonna really hope that somebody was gonna show up with a whole bunch of food. No such luck. But y'all have planks with you at least. That's something. Alright, let's set 2 of the newcomers to just looting this shit. As much as I would love that reputation, you know, we gotta keep eyes on the prize here. You can be replaced with a human. Y'all two can get down here and start working on this. Just get some of that stone so that we can continue making bricks, so that we can continue making human houses. And you know, we sure are low on food. No two ways about that. This will help. But our food supply is no longer, like, constantly falling. So, that's valuable, I guess. I'm feeling like we're in a pretty precarious position overall here for sure. Oh, that forager's camp gets undone, and those 2 humans just immediately go to work in this other farm. Alright. Food supply is okay for the moment. I'm just going to move this, like, out of the way over here. In the hopes of it being upgraded someday. Alright, when they can finish that, that should... Well, it allows for fancy housing of all the humans. It doesn't quite actually get us to everybody being housed. I'm gonna turn on favor right now because we can check off this part of happy humans, and then not have to worry about it again later. And new orders. I'm gonna just go ahead and pick do an empathy. We're probably gonna get here eventually. Who knows how eventual that is. All right, what else? Just open 4 glades for 30 amber. I do like that an awful lot. This is much harder to do. And then do coats, have 2 rain collectors, and get some water for an improvement to our smelting abilities, and some pottery and some wildfire essence. This is such a weird quest. I think I would rather just have new clothes, right? Coats is an overlap. Yeah, like we'll want to produce coats at some point. Okay, and then I do think we want to just start putting together harpy houses as well. Well, right now we only have 2 harpies, so I guess that's the maximum number of houses we would want for that. Okay, we can unfavor the humans. We're not getting any resolve out of them anyway. But yeah, we marked that off, so that's good. And Old Farlough is here. Alright, we have a little bit more goods stored up. In particular, Old Farlough will take lumber. We do have some crystallized dew as well, which is pretty valuable. So at this point, we're making some decisions about our near future. Do we want to just pick up some tools, try to deliver some of those supply caches back to the homeland in exchange for the ability to attempt to pull the blueprints that will let us feed off of these large nodes? Probably. So that one's 3/4 of a point. That one's also 3/4 of a point. And those are the supply nodes we have. So we'd have to get 14 tools in order to be able to clear them out entirely. We have 6 to start with. It does feel to me like 18 tools is a lot. But if we're willing to part with our entire supply of crystallized dew, we might be able to get there. Like, give up a pretty fair amount of plant fiber, make up the difference in wood. I think we got this. Yeah. All right. Trading is important. I guess I had a little amber on the table. I could have, yeah, whatever. Too late now. Do we have anything that's currently getting built? Yeah, we should wait until these 2 are done returning the loot from the destroyed caravan, and then they can be the ones who run out there and deal with those things. Because I hate having everybody's hands full. We could welcome in some new people with berries, probably, eventually. Yeah, this might actually be the kind of thing I want to commit to. Just get some more bodies on hand. Okay, they're almost done running this stuff out, and then we'll focus on this, and then we'll focus on running the supply caches back. Okay, where are we looking at breaking into next? I guess there's a spot back here that's probably kind of a no-brainer. And then, honestly, you can just kind of keep doing what you're doing. Alright, the Stonecutter's camp gets moved over to... Oh, that's coal, not stone. Okay, well that's a little inconvenient. I thought we were going to be able to pick that up. Alright, minute 30 on that. Well, friends, we have found more fertile ground, which I guess is something, but we don't really have people to work all these farms. It's a little awkward. Yeah. Probably go ahead and put this up. I don't know that we'll be able to use it for a while, but I may as well at least get it constructed. And let's open up this whole sort of passageway here. All right, housing once again taken care of right as the storm begins. And yeah, you know what? The food from that order has been very helpful, in fact. All right, now I did pull in new people and thus create a situation where I don't have all of my people housed during the storm anymore, which is not ideal. So let's see about fixing some of that. We have just 13 lizards now, though, so we are going to have to build another tenement structure here, just a basic shelter. It's alright, we got resources. We're good. Does favoring you put you over blue? It does. Let's earn a little bit of reputation that way. Right, we got another farm we can work. We got a cornerstone. Wood production is increased, but harvesting and planting are slower. I don't think that's a good idea. 3 barrels for every 10 planks produced is just a bunch of free stuff. We could potentially be trading off to other settlements or whatever. Newcomers are waiting, and they're going to keep waiting for a second while I set this up. Okay, let's talk, kids. I am inclined to take on the one that gives us the thing we can't easily reproduce. Parts are difficult to come by. Plus, this works really well with our housing. This human is already special human housed, and this is exactly one additional harpy house. Which side is the door on? I know these ones, it doesn't actually matter. Okay. I need the door on this. This house is pressed up against that other house, but it's fine. It's fine. They'll figure out a way to get in there. They're harpy. They'll just use the windows. Okay. We're very close to new blueprint and new blueprint. Like, Lizard House isn't bad, but for real, I'm re-rolling. We need better camps. Yeah. Trapper's camp for sure. Okay, so set up a road here. That is certainly going to be very helpful. All right, we have 71 charges of that. That should keep food income going for a while. Okay, we're growing plants and stuff over here. All the farms are doing work. Yeah, I'm feeling better for sure. So, I don't know if the brickyard is necessarily hugely valuable. I don't think the resources we get for salvaging it are hugely valuable either, though. Okay, what else could we be doing? Well, at this point, we can probably have 2 people working in here. And then it feels like... Here, we can push you over the reputation threshold for a bit. Feels like maybe setting up a makeshift post makes sense. We can start generating provision packs and then actually running our trade routes. Which obviously will help with some reputation from the queen. Have 24 farm fields. I'm pretty sure we do. And deliver 20 packs of crops. We might be able to manage that. Have 10 humans and do raincoat stuff, I think is a lot better. Especially since we're already at 8 humans. Have 16 harpies feels tricky. Yeah, and this glade thing seems actually rather easy. It's so hard to know if we would ever hit that many harpies. All right, we got to cut through a couple of glades for playing with fire and for trailblazing, so I think that's where we're at next. That's our next, like, immediate focus. Hopefully, way to get some reputation. It looks like we're actually very close to another point already. Let's move you over here. We'll dig into this and then into that through there.
Hi.
Trader arrives with the design for a large herbalist camp. Unfortunately, this is not one of the ones we need, but I might still take it just because the large camps are so valuable. I think we're going to. We got all this amber. Do we want to buy anything else from her? We're not doing the greatest on food right now. We could buy some raw food. We could buy tools. We should buy tools. We're never doing too well to potentially need more tools. So here's all of my amber. And also some wood, probably. Or stone. Stone's pretty valuable. You go through a lot of both of them, so it's not like you're losing both hurts. But yeah, we'll take all your tools and your cool building design. I think that's a very fruitful adventure there. We're probably going to want to turn the limits up on these things. Just to allow for a little bit more stockpiling. Oh! We breached it. I wasn't paying attention. I left a thing in breach range. Okay, well, the stone-toothed termite burrow. We know the deal here. This is just free food, provided we can tame it. I think we can, and it's an empathy event, which obviously is a big deal for us. It is going to reduce global resolve by 5 while the event is active. So I think we're going to wait. But yeah, that's not a bad one to find. And then Trapper's Camp we already have, and I think that's going to work out really well for us. And it's going to get us Glade event completion and stuff. So what is this at? It's 3.99. As close as can be. You know what? I think we can spare the hands right now. The lizards are doing okay. Go get this done. Even more insects. And then I believe, we don't need grain to make flour if we have insects. Even more fiber delivery line, or villagers with the leisure need fulfilled have a chance of doubling their yields. We are not going to have any of this happening. So I guess even more plant fiber. You know, it's been saving us out on the, as far as like trading with people goes. It's been very convenient, actually. So is the food building, of course. Let's talk about making flour. And then once we have made flour, turning that flour into pies. if that's a thing that can occur. Alright, we should have a makeshift post as well, obviously. I keep seeing that exclamation point and thinking something's wrong with our farm, but it's not. It's just the little abandoned cache back here. Sadly, we have dropped to 4 tools, so... group of newcomers. Hard to turn down 10 planks, honestly. We're not doing super great on food, but we'll figure it out. I am confident we will figure it out. So that'll cover you. We need one more human house. Okay. Doing really well on housing. So yeah, flour can be made out of roots. Well, that's a crying shame. Yeah, unfortunately, there's not much we can do about that right now. We do have a supply of flour for the moment. Like, y'all make pie as best you can, I suppose. We can get some pie done. Still leaves us with a lot of idle hands. I am wondering... Nope, you know what? Not wondering. Let's just do it. I was going to say I'm wondering if it would be sensible to set up a second trapper's camp, but we do need the food. I think that's pretty obvious. All right, I want to run a road back to here and up to there. Hello, what's this? A fishing hut. Not a small fishing hut. Notice. Okay, yeah. Somebody get this back in working order because we can use this to gather from the large pond in the clearing down there. Right, and as soon as this is clear, everybody's resolve is going to jump back up, and then we might be able to favor the harpies into, what do you call it? Might be able to favor the harpies up over the blue line again, which would be cool. Because we only need a moment, just a tiny little push to hit this next reputation line. There it is. Okay. Replacing some of our existing farms with herb gardens would allow us to grow roots that we can use to make grain. That might be the way this has to go. Yeah, that's not so exciting. Deactivate. Oh, that's true. We did complete a thing. So there's 30 berries to help make life easier. All right, this has got to be turned into an herb garden and probably some other... We have 3 farms right now, right? We don't necessarily want to lose the berries, especially since it seems like we're going to use them in the pies. So I probably don't want to replace all of the farms. But I do think there is a question. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell them not to plant fiber here at all. Just make this a berry farm. And let's... convert these two. Oh, did that not do the thing? Is that the best spot to make sure we're getting full coverage? No, this was right. For some reason, I thought I was overlapping on the forest or the fields. If I placed it there, but never mind. It's all good. All right, as soon as those buildings are rebuilt, please start working them. I still don't know where we're going to get the grain for happy humans, but we'll probably end up trading for it. Okay. Full-size foragers camp. We really only need the one good fishing hut. So that upgrades this. We put some humans on that immediately, and there's vegetables. And all of a sudden, our problems are looking like things of the past. I think we're actually in really good shape here. We are on our way to a lot of positive things. Where did that fisher's hut go? Okay. Hold on. There is a big pond over here. It's the same kind of big pond. I mean, I guess it's probably cool for it to be working two ponds at the same time, right? Even if this is a little bit less convenient. And we'll just move this out to over here. So that the door to the fishing hut is actually accessible. Oh, that's not. Apologies there. I got a little distracted. Okay. Is anybody particularly good at fishing? No, not really. Well, do your level best. I'm a little surprised the harpies aren't. I mean, I guess they would not be good at, like, holding a fishing rod. But you know what I'm thinking, like, how it would be, in theory, a thing for the bird-like people to be good at catching fish. Just they probably don't use fishing rods is all. Raw talent. Get it? It's like, okay. Anyway. You know what? We've got a good setup here. I think we've solved some number of our problems. Things are going a lot better. So I think this is where I'm going to call it. This is like chapter 1 of this settlement is complete. We've done some really good things here. When you come back next time, chapter 2 of this settlement, we're going to attempt to build on this foundation and just run through these last 10 or so reputation points as quickly as we can because we have a seal to get to. And we'll see you then.